men don't actually want relationships.
You wanted equality, and now you're complaining that they don't want to be in a relationship with you. Equality also means the same. And since these men are not gay, why would they want to be in a relationship with another man? So you got your equality, and now they don't want to be in a relationship with you because you bring nothing to the table. You're basically men. They use you for one thing now. Of course they do, because that's what makes them not gay. But everything else, you're just like a guy. So they don't want to be in a relationship with a guy, otherwise they would be gay. And since they're not, they don't want to be in a relationship with you. You're not respectful, you don't give them peace. Maybe try being kind and sweet and nice, and don't bring drama into their lives. And don't try to change them, accept them for who they are and believe in them. And then they'll want to be in a relationship with you. It's not the fact that they don't want to be in relationships, they just don't want to be in a relationship with you. There's a difference.
Yo, what's up guys? Back again with another video for the Passport Bros. First and foremost, please hit that like, comment, subscribe button. It helps the channel a lot and I appreciate it dearly. Now we have this woman here defending the Passport Bros and basically speaking a lot of truth about basically these women that say, oh, men don't want a relationship, they just want to, whatever, have fun. It's like, no, it's not that men don't want a relationship. The men don't want a relationship with you. Men have no problem being in a relationship as long as it's the right woman. A woman that's feminine, traditional, friendly, respectful, caring, kind, loyal, appreciative. These are the type of things that we're looking for from a woman that we would see fit. Okay, she's wifey material. She's, wifey status. She deserves a relationship. She deserves commitment. If we don't see these necessary values and these necessary things that we're looking for, then more than likely, we're not going to give you a relationship. More than likely, we're not going to take you seriously. More than likely, said man is just going to have his fun with you and then move on to the next girl because he doesn't have to be with you. Like women have to understand, it's like a relationship for a man is like an option. It's optional. It's not something that's mandatory. It's not something that's like, oh, we feel like we have to be in a relationship. No man really feels like he has to be in a relationship. To be honest, like a relationship for a man isn't really something that he's really looking for. Like that within itself is kind of like a burden because like you have such responsibilities. Like there's a lot more responsibilities that you have as a man when you're in a relationship rather than if you're just a single man, just, having fun with these women. Like it's a burden on him because there's a lot more that you have to bring to the table. So with that being said, like a relationship for a man is optional. It's optional. So with that being said, it's like you cannot say that, oh, men don't want a relationship. It's like, no, it makes sense for you to say that from your perspective because that's how you want to see it, because you have dealt with men that have not seen you as worthy of a relationship because you haven't met their standards. But you can't blame the men and say, oh, it's their fault, they don't want a relationship. It's like, no, men want a relationship. They just want a relationship with the right woman. And if they don't see the right woman, then they're not going to get into a relationship. They're just going to have, simple fun with you. A situationship is like what they like to call it. And then they're just going to move on. And that's why I've seen a lot of, patterns of, passport bros or just men in general here in the West. They would rather just, have their fun when they're over here in the West. And then when they're, going overseas, that's when they would rather, actually take women seriously and actually, go into that relationship and actually take those women seriously, because the women overseas in these other countries, for the most part, have what these men are looking for. They are what these men are looking for. They're respectful, kind, caring, loving, appreciative, traditional, willing to help, willing to support. Like that's what these men are looking for. That's why these passport bros would rather go overseas and then have relationships with these women, because a lot of videos, a lot of stories and experiences that I've seen from passport bros, they're going overseas to these other countries and they're making these women their girlfriends, their wives. They've been together in a relationship for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. Beautiful, and so on. So you can't say, oh, men don't want a relationship. It's like, no, men don't want a relationship. Look at all this evidence of men going overseas and finding relationships and being within relationships and long-term committed relationships overseas with women who they deem fit to be in a relationship with, because these women are what they're looking for. It's like a trendy thing. It's like literally like it's prideful for these women to literally be what these men are not looking for. It's like they parade being strong and independent, but that's not necessarily what a man is looking for. It's like, you could be strong and independent, that's fine, like great, that's, you know, I'm happy for you, but if that's not what a man is looking for, then she's not going to want you in a relationship. So you can't then say, oh well, men don't run a relationship. Of course you're going to think that. It makes sense for you to think that because that's what you want to believe, so you can feel good about yourself and you can sleep good at night. But that's not true, because if that were true, why is it that women overseas are getting relationships? Why is it that other women around you are getting relationships? You're just not getting that relationship. So maybe you should start to think, what's going on with me? Why don't men see me as worthy of a relationship? What am I doing? What am I not doing? How am I presenting myself? How am I not presenting myself? Accountability, perspective, look inward. That's sometimes a lot of, you know, the type of mindset that Western women lack. It's like the ability to be accountable, the ability to ask yourself the necessary critical questions. These are the necessary questions that you can start to ask yourself that will start to create a change, start to help you understand more about yourself and why certain things are not coming into fruition that you believe should come into fruition. Passport bros, please continue to get your passports. Please continue to book your flights. They will shame, they will blame, but they cannot contain. Why? Because we will let our passports reign. Don't walk, run. Don't run, fly. Don't fly, teleport. Get your passport. Get your passport. Passport bros, we up. Please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys.